What's good with y'all, man? I'm back with another video, and today I'll just be briefly explaining the signs behind flat lines on semen retention. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some of us may not understand flat lines fully, or don't even know that there is signs behind flat lines on semen retention. You know what I'm saying? So this gonna be a short one, and we're gonna go and get into it. Sex addiction, right? And this really goes for any addictions, but since we are speaking on flat lines and semen retention, I will be speaking on sex addiction, right? So sex addiction, it stems from physical or emotional abuse in your childhood, right? This is where most, if not all, sex addiction comes from, right? So whether that's videos or just sex with partners or whatnot, right? So this addiction, this trauma is stored in the body. The trauma that you have received from your physical or emotional abuse as a kid is stored in the body, right? In the nervous system, the muscles, the brain, etc., right? So trauma alone from emotional and physical abuse already puts your body in a flight or flight state, right? It already puts your body in something called hyperarousal, right? Hyperarousal is basically when your nervous system is overloaded, over flooded, right? So this is the state that abuse already puts your body in. The trauma from this abuse already puts your body in a flight or flight state, right? But when you are addicted, it puts your body in even more of a flight or flight state, right? So it's even enhanced deeper, you know what I'm saying? So your body goes into even more of a hyper aroused state, right? So your body is in a constant flight or flight when you are addicted, right? So when you even start breaking away from this trauma initially, this leads into a miscommunication between your body and how it normally functions, right? Your body is wondering why what you always used to use is no longer there. What always used to be there to consume is no longer there, right? So your body is confused now. So this is where the flat line comes in, right? When your body isn't receiving what it's used to, the sex addiction, it goes into something called hypoarousal, right? So when you are addicted, your body is at an extreme high. And when you are breaking away from the addiction, it goes into an extreme low, right? Most of the time when you are breaking away from an addiction, since your body was in such of a high alert state, it doesn't just go to stability, right? It doesn't just easily get back into homeostasis and easily be at a baseline of where it's supposed to be, right? So your body goes into a deep low, which is called hypoarousal, right? So it goes from a deep high to a deep low, right? And this is where the flat line occurs, right? This is where you have the feeling of meaningless in life. You don't understand what you're doing. You just feel lost. So this is where this comes from, right? Because your body is in a state where it's processing and getting used to the fact that what it's so used to and so addicted to, why is it no longer there, right? This is basically withdrawal process, right? This is where the flat line comes in, right? So your trauma, at this point, your trauma is not being worked through, right? Your trauma is not being released or nothing. It's your body is really just understanding why it is that what you are so used to, what the body is so used to, why it's no longer there, right? And that leads to changes in the body, changes in the brain, etc., nervous system, etc. So it's in a deep low. So your body is just going through a recalibration process right now, or whatnot, right? It's not really too much going on, but that, you know what I'm saying, your trauma has yet to be released, yet to start being released in this state. When your body is in a hypo-aroused state, it's not working through the trauma yet, you know what I'm saying? So you're just at this is basically the transitioning period, right? If you weren't addicted to something through trauma or through abuse from a child, it would be much easier for your body to go into stability, right? But since you are addicted to things on top of the abuse or whatnot, it puts your body in an overloaded state drastically, right? So it goes up drastically, so it comes down drastically before it just starts to stabilize or whatnot, right? So my next semen retention video, because this is really the end of this video or whatnot, my next semen retention video most likely will tie into this video. It most likely will be understanding the signs behind immense blissfulness on semen retention, you know what I'm saying? And this ties into what I'm speaking on right now, you know what I'm saying? So this is really the end of this video. You know, I just wanted to help y'all understand the flatline period on retention, because really this goes for getting over any addiction, right? But since we are speaking on retention and I want people to understand retention more, That's what this video, that's what this video is tailored towards, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's really the end of this video or whatnot. Hope y'all gain some type of insight or clarity from this video. You know I'm dropping ODMO content for y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.